AVTX is down 25% today. Now, what do we really want to be paying attention to? Because obviously this stock had a massive sell-off here. And again, this was down to a FDA missing endpoint. Then we more recently, from about the 16th, we've had a kind of more of a recent run in price. So what do we want to be paying attention to as key levels on this? So firstly, you can kind of see we pushed to this resistance, and this is where we started selling off. Now, what is this 24-cent resistance? This is what is considered a fair value on the stock going out into a 1-year time frame. So normally if you're buying below this level, you're getting the stock discounted, and obviously if you're buying above it, you tend to be paying a premium. So if we were investing, normally we want to be buying below this level, and again trading to that fair value, which we kind of saw here. What is also interesting though with this level is not only is it our fair value, but what you can see here is, again, this stock has sold off, and that's why it can be hard to kind of find these levels, but this stock has been selling off extremely harsh. We are basically down, it's still near all-time lows, but what you can see at this 24-cent level is also our 2-year and 1-year anchored VWAP. So there's just kind of a lot of reasons for there to be a resistance at that level. So we are pulling back now, and that's why. So if it was something you were holding long bias, that is always going to be an area to get out. And even now, unless we get that second run, most likely we are just going to continue down and probably just push back down to those all-time lows of around 8 cents. Now, just in case we do get that second run, what else do we want to be paying attention to? Because we don't really have supports on a stock like this, because it's not really something we want to be buying. If something is sold off this harsh, really, if anything is ever down, if we kind of go from its IPO price down to its kind of all-time low, you know, it sold off basically 99%. We don't ever really want to be buying stocks like this, because more than likely they will continue that same trend. So to me, I don't have supports. We'll just talk about resistances. So if you're either bag holding or you try and trade the momentum and you want resistances, that's what we'll cover. So 24 is still going to be a resistance if we get there. But then the main focus will be if we go higher, we would need quite a big move, but it would be 84 cents, which would be the 6-month first deviation. And if we go any further, we then have $2.20 and $2.45. And again, these levels very far off, don't get me wrong, but definitely are achievable if this stock gets any sort of a squeeze. Because don't forget, we were at $5, you know, going back 2 months. Now we're at a low of 8 cents. And again, it is a kind of therapeutic stock. These stocks are very volatile and will always be down to kind of how the FDA trials go. So, I mean, if you see some relatively good news come out of a company like this, FDA related, you can see that kind of squeeze happen. And if so, it could take us to 84. And if we get a mega move, then obviously the 220, the 245. So it's definitely things we could be paying attention to. Again, like we said, we're not really going to be covering shorts because it's not something I would ever personally buy. But again, we don't really have supports or supports of technical levels. So it would be more just paying attention to the gap fill location. So kind of 12 cents would be key. And then also kind of this 9 or 8/9 cents that was created obviously back as well. So I mean, there'll be the 2 supports if we were looking for some to be looking at, but otherwise not really focused on the support side of AVTX.